Kia ora, everyone, and welcome to TradeMe. My name's Josh, and I'm a development manager, and I'll be giving you a run through of what it's like to work at TradeMe with the help of some of my friends that I get to work alongside. So what have we got for you today? In just a moment, Wasi from our Tamaki Makaurau office is going to welcome us with a karakia. Then I'll give you a quick overview of the tech industry and how TradeMe fits into that landscape. Wasi will then talk about our values and how they play a core part of our everyday before a quick tour of some of our spaces. And then we're going to hear from Hannah, Jin, and Chrissy who work at TradeMe. They're going to talk about their careers into technology and their journey to TradeMe before I wrap things up at the end. So let's get stuck in. Was, over to you.
Tēnā koutou katoa. Ko wasi toku ingoa. Huge welcome to you all. It's an honor and a privilege to meet you all online this morning. So before we kick off, I'm going to say a karakia. Let us pray. E te hui, whaia, te matauranga, kia marama, kia whai take ngā mahi katoa, tū maia, tū kaha, aroha atu, aroha mai, tātou ia tātou katoa. Amen.
Was. So, as you'd probably know, the tech industry is growing at a massive rate. It's worth about $9 trillion globally, from AI to medicine and healthcare, financial markets, education, training. Every industry is becoming increasingly reliant on technology. Our world is becoming increasingly connected, and roles that support this growth are in high demand. You could think about a career in technology as like a passport, not just to anywhere in the world geographically, but as a passport to helping you discover and fulfill your dreams and aspirations. So, where does TradeMe fit in this picture? Well, as most of you will probably know, it's the place that Kiwi buy and sell their stuff. But over the years, it's become so much more than that. We're the 6th most viewed website in New Zealand. So Google's number 1, Netflix is number 7. And TradeMe is right at the heart of technology in New Zealand. It was founded way back in 1999, 23 years ago, by a guy called Sam Morgan. Legend has it that Sam was searching for a heater for his cold Wellington flat, and he was frustrated that he couldn't find anything that met his needs, and he didn't know where to look. At the time, 23 years ago, this concept of buying online was pretty strange, let alone buying something from someone you'd never met before. However, in just over 2 short decades, TradeMe's moved from being a site to find a secondhand bargain to the place that you can now go to find your new home, to launch a business, purchase a car, or find that killer new job. And today, we have over 5 million active members and 6.5 million active listings on site. Over 80% of our customers visit TradeMe on a mobile device. And we've had some pretty weird and wonderful listings on TradeMe over the years. In 2006, a member tried to sell Australia with a reserve price of just 50 cents. The listing achieved a bid of over $200,000. It was a bit of a joke. We didn't actually sell Australia. We've had Jesus Christ shaped toast. We've had everything from cardboard Lamborghinis that raised over $10,000 for charity to 3 left-footed jandals that sold on site for $134 after 74,000 views, and heart-shaped potatoes that were listed around Valentine's Day that sold for $100. And not only has TradeMe grown as a business over the years, our team has grown as well. In 2006, we were a team of about 50 people. And today we have about 600 employees across Wellington, Auckland, Christchurch, Australia, and even some super remote locations like the Hawke's Bay. At TradeMe, we're all about connecting Kiwi to create the life they want. This is our why. It's not just why TradeMe exists as a business, but it's our reason for getting out of bed in the morning. We're on a mission to help every person who calls New Zealand home create the life they want in every way. But rather than me just telling you about it, we've got a video for you to check out.
Kiwis are on the hunt for ways to create the life they want. Some days it's as big as finding a new home. Their next job, upgrading their car, or growing their business. Other days, it's as small as finding the right bedside table, or simply parting ways with some old stuff. No matter what it is Kiwis are searching for, TradeMe is where they look first. Our company was born from a simple idea that there must be an easier way to find what you need. Behind the scenes at TradeMe, this idea is still what drives us. To find better ways to connect everyone in Aotearoa with whatever it is they need. The largest range of inventory to choose from, the biggest audience to sell to, safer ways to connect and easier ways to discover. We're an essential part of New Zealand life, with over 650,000 Kiwis visiting our platform every day. Our local roots mean they know we've got their backs if things don't go to plan. They trust us to connect them with what they need, and maybe things they didn't even know they wanted. Every day at TradeMe is another day to connect Kiwis to create the life they want.
Kia ora malalelei, talofa lava, nisambula, kia orana, and greetings. I'll be talking about our culture, our values, and our spaces at Tauhoko. So I currently work as a development manager for our classified engineering whānau based up in Tāmiki, Makaurau. I started at Tauhoko in August of last year, and I've thoroughly enjoyed my time here. The people are so welcoming, they're friendly, and they definitely keep it real. The culture is tūmeke. It's how we connect with each other, what we stand for, and how we work. We have the autonomy and the flexibility to do our mahi and to bring out the best in each other. We have 3 offices across Aotearoa. We have Whanganuiatara, Otautahi, and up in Tāmaki, Makaurau. We have some great facilities to use with our epic barista-style coffee machines, pool tables, and table tennis tables, games, etc. We also get free lunches on payday. How's that? Friday drinks when we get to meet up with our colleagues to celebrate our wins for the week as well, and just get together and team bond. You can get pretty social by joining a sports team. We have netball, touch, soccer, special interest groups. We also have plants, cats, pet groups. We also have a diverse range of people from different cultures, which adds a beautiful vibe to our organization. Something that's really cool that stood out to me when I joined and aligned with my values at are the Tauhoko values. These are our values here at TradeMe. They guide the decisions we make as a business and the culture we aim to create. So first off, we have katama aroha. So aroha in Māori means to love. It also means feel concern for, feel compassion, and empathize. So it's all about making sure the things we create, the decisions we make as a business add value to the lives of our customers and fulfill their needs. Next one is hunger like Ed Hillary. A bit of history. New Zealand, Sir Edmund Hillary was a New Zealand mountaineer, explorer, and philanthropist. On the 29th of May, 1953, Hillary and a Sherpa mountaineer, Tenzing Norgay, became the first climbers confirmed to have reached the summit of Mount Everest. So, like Sir Ed, we're ambitious, we're hungry to innovate and challenge the status quo. We take risks, experimenting and learning from our failures. Next one is No Iron Trade Me. It's all about the teamwork, being united, achieving things together. And then our last one is Don't be a dick. I love this one. Keeping things real, being straight up and transparent and responsible, cherishing individuality, treating people with respect, and bringing some sense of humor and fun into the workplace. Now we're going to watch a TikTok video that showcases our Pōneke office.
Welcome to our Wellington office. Let's check out some cool features that make us love coming to work. Straight off the bat, a huge slide. Quickest mode of transport around the office. We've got barista coffee machines on every floor, and we've even got oat milk. To accompany your morning coffee, we've got fresh Vogels and Fix and Fold peanut butter. Yum! Maybe not for the morning, but we've got craft beers on tap for our Friday night drinks. Popular on site and in the office, we have got plants everywhere. There's plenty of opportunity for team bonding with board games galore, or it depends how competitive you are, really. Need some time out? No worries. Pull up a perch in our TradeMe library. We do actually do work here too. We've got themed meeting rooms on every floor. Check out our caravan meeting room. This one is definitely the most popular. Last, but certainly not least, we've definitely got one of the best views in Wellington. If it's not windy, you can pull up a beanbag and work in the sun. That's the end of our tour today. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.
As I mentioned at the beginning, TradeMe was launched when Sam Morgan was trying to solve a really specific problem. Today, that spirit of solving problems, of tackling big challenges is still alive and well. Chrissy and Jen are going to share in a moment about what it's like being developers at TradeMe. But first, Hannah's going to share about her journey to TradeMe and becoming a product designer. Take it away.
Yes, thank you, Josh. Kia ora, talofa lava, and good morning, everyone. My name is Hannah. That there is 10-year-old Hannah alongside my beautiful mama on our birthday. So today I'm going to share a little on my journey becoming a product designer. So you might immediately think about a physical product like this pretty cool looking chair. But at TradeMe, it's my job to design digital products, which are our website and app. Growing up, I was lucky to have a very artistically talented dad. He was referenced in newspapers as the mural man. Dad painted all the murals at my primary school and creche and bus shelters throughout Wellington City. And I've always been so proud to show people that my dad did that. And unfortunately, I didn't inherit his artistic genes, and people usually pair art and design, thinking as a designer, you have to be good with a paintbrush too. But you really don't need to be good at drawing to work as a designer. I didn't take much interest in majority of subjects in college until I found design, and I seriously loved this class. It doesn't require talent with a pencil or paintbrush. You can be creative with a keyboard, mouse, or a camera. A lot of my work centered around a love I found for photography. I enjoyed the process of styling assignments with the right font or binding this book for an English essay, which made written assignments a little bit more fun. So then when I discovered that this is actually a profession you can get paid to do, I did that. I studied a 4-year degree called Visual Communication Design at Massey University in Wellington. And I got to design some slightly better books like these ones. I also learned about animation, print, and web design, and that is where I landed. And I initially thought the purpose of design is to make something look cool. Whilst you get to make things look cool, to be a designer, you're actually a creative problem solver, and it's a pretty neat skill. Let's take this generic broken light bulb scenario. What is the problem here? The light bulb broke, so maybe their problem is they don't have a ladder to change the bulb. So by default, the solution is just a ladder, right? While this isn't wrong, what if we looked at the problem in a slightly different way? Instead of they don't have a ladder, we viewed it like they can't reach the bulb. Now, instead of the solution defaulting to a ladder, their need becomes getting higher, which now opens the floor for more creative problem solving. Now we're prompted to think about designing new solutions around how to get higher. Maybe it's a floating hoverboard or a human pyramid, or actually let's just bring the light bulb lower. Wait, what if we just designed better light bulbs? So when we're designing digital solutions, a part of the process is identifying the right customer needs and problems first. Then we get to design digital solutions, such as an app to help Kiwi find their first home, or maybe a new job, or their first car. I design digital experiences that help Kiwi all over Aotearoa purchase with confidence and connect Kiwi buyers with trusted sellers on TradeMe Marketplace. Once my dad said, I don't sign my art because my art is never finished. And I think that's similar for product design. You saw the evolution of TradeMe over the years earlier, and in the same way the painter doesn't sign his mural, there's no final digital signature either, which is a pretty cool thing about designing in the evolving digital space. So despite my limited artistic skills, I still get to design digital solutions. If you like creative problem solving, you might like a career in tech as a product designer. Now Jen is going to tell you about the exciting world of being a full stack web developer. Jen.
Thanks, Hannah. Hey everyone, I'm Jen and I'm a full stack web developer. Part of what I get to do is take the web designs Hannah creates and code them to bring them to life. I specialize in both front end and back end web development. And if you're wondering what that means, you can think of full stack development like a person, where back-end developers code the brain of the website, responsible for thinking, acting, and communicating. Front-end development is a little like a person's style, how they might do their hair or what clothes they wear, what colors they prefer. When you visit a website like TradeMe, the first thing you'd notice is the front-end developer's work, the colors and placement of the text, images, and buttons, how the site looks. Then if you dig a little further and see what happens when you click on an image or type something in the search box, the information the website serves up is the back-end developer's work, the brain and the style. So how did I get here? I started off experimenting with a bunch of different types of software development from high school onwards. I learned a bit of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript to customize some cheesy blog posts that I used to write. I wanted to turn them into a scrapbook where I could customize it exactly how I wanted to. I then tried out a bit of game development. These are a few screenshots of one of the first games I ever built, where you would play as a mage and you had to find your way through a forest to get to a dragon-guarded castle, and then navigate the castle to fight the final boss, an enemy mage. My favorite part about building this was developing the dragon, getting it to fly around the edges of the castle, then land and breathe fire at the player when they approached. It was tricky, but a lot of fun. In high school, I also tried my hand at a bit of mobile development. This application was something I wanted to build to help me organize my life and studies. It had a journal, calendar, to-do list, and schedule, and even helped me keep track of the progress I was making on the app itself. So when I was building these things, I wasn't considering software development as a career. It was my hobby, and the thought had never crossed my mind I would do it professionally. I'd originally chosen to get a degree in psychology, but after some brief work experience, I knew it wasn't for me, and it made me rethink what I wanted to do. So I returned to uni to study software engineering. After the first year of study, I enrolled in the Summer of Tech program, where I met with a whole lot of companies, was interviewed and toured through some offices, including TradeMe. I've now been working at TradeMe for almost 3 years and have been part of some awesome teams that have built some really cool stuff on the website and apps. So if you're curious about a career in software development, I'd encourage you to give it a go. It's a massive area with so many directions you can take it. Do you want to build games, mobile apps, work with data science, or perhaps artificial intelligence? It can get frustrating at times, but it can also be incredibly rewarding. So if you're interested, why not give it a go? Now over to Chrissy to talk you through her career as an Android developer.
Thank you, Jen. Hello, I'm Chrissy. I'm an Android dev at TradeMe. As an Android developer, I take Hannah's designs and turn them into cool features for the TradeMe Android app. I work with other super smart people who do the same thing for the iOS app. App development is a little different to the full stack work that Jen does. What Jen codes will work if you open TradeMe on Firefox, Chrome, Safari, or even Internet Explorer. But when I code for Android, I need to use languages the Android operating system will understand. iPhones run on a different operating system, so they won't understand my Android code. How did I get into coding anyway? When I was super little, I played Neopets on a computer that looked like this. Neopets is a virtual pet website, and one of the features was profile customization. 6-year-old Chrissy needed to have the cutest profile possible, so I started learning HTML and CSS. Unfortunately, this was 2001, so a cute profile looked like this. At high school, I was super excited to take real programming classes. At my school, those classes were all about teaching the language C, which was created in the 70s, so it was already super old and not what I needed for my projects. I kept learning code at home in the languages that worked for me. When I got to university, I wanted to study all the things. Unfortunately, I couldn't fit everything into my timetable, and I ended up dropping programming and graduated with a degree in classics instead. After uni, I went and got a real job. I was excited to be earning some money and not having to take exams, but that job wasn't in a field I was interested in, and I really wanted to do something else. So I went back to uni. This time I studied only one thing, programming. Going back to study was great for me. I got to use all my coding skills from when I was younger and learn heaps more too. I had awesome teachers and got to work on some really cool projects, including AR, VR, game development, full stack web dev, as well as mobile apps. I graduated again, this time with a master's in software development. I got my first job in tech as an Android developer at TradeMe, and I'm still here 3 years later. I work with really cool people on really cool features that go out to really cool customers like my Nan, who is 89 and uses the TradeMe app. She's also the first to let me know if something isn't working. If I could leave you with one bit of advice from what I've learned on my journey so far, it would be that you can always give something a try. If it's not for you, you can try something else. Say yes to opportunities and try to find something you really love doing. Now I'll pass back to Hannah.
Thank you, Chrissy. So these are our journeys, and yours won't look exactly the same, which is a good thing. You all can do and be great at anything. Seriously, we realize that might sound a little cringe, but it's actually true. And we've only covered a fraction of potential career paths at TradeMe. It takes all 600 of us to make TradeMe awesome. By following what genuinely piqued our interests, we landed careers in technology. And tech is for anyone. So if there's anything that you've seen today that's connected with you, even just a little bit, reach out. Chat to your teachers. There's heaps of free resources available to get you started. But most importantly, find what you enjoy the most and pursue that. And just give it a try. You're only a conversation, game idea, or Neopets profile away from a career in tech. No, we aren't sponsored by Neopets. I'll pass back over to you now, Josh, to wrap things up.
Thanks, Hannah. And thanks to everyone who's watching. And thank you for your time today. I hope what we've shared has given you something to think about and maybe sparked your imagination and your creativity, even just a little bit. If you're interested in finding out more, we would love to hear from you. Maybe you'd like to see some of our office spaces or explore a career in technology. Whatever it is, you can connect with us on all of the socials or at careers@trademe.co.nz. Thanks once again. Have a fantastic day. Ka kite.